Hi, we're Table A Stripes Bacteria Experiment 2010. My name is Cinthia.
I'm Isabel.
And I'm Henry. So, our group's question was, what's the best way to clean a computer keyboard, and does amount of sampling make a difference? This is important because there's lots of bacteria on computer keyboards. It's good to know how to clean them, since lots of people leave bacteria behind and don't clean it very much.
Okay, so these are all the computers we tested on. We tested on 5 computers, and these are all of them. As you see, there's some materials back here, but this is the main, those are all the computers.
So our hypothesis is basically if we clean the spaceboard of a computer and then sample the bacteria, then out of compressed air, a soft cloth, disinfectant wipes, and Q-tips, the best way to clean the keyboard will be the wipes because they kill bacteria, and picking up bacteria and blowing them away won't really work all that well.
This is our expected graph for the cloth. We don't think it will work as well. We believe that the more times you swab the spacebar, the more bacteria there will be. Our y-axis is the number of bacteria colonies, and our x-axis is the number of times we swab the spacebar.
So this is the wipes expected graph. We expected that there's not going to be very much bacteria colonies, and the number of times we swabbed it won't matter. And we think that it's going to stay pretty close to 0. And the y-axis is bacteria colonies, and the x-axis is number of times we swab the spacebar.
So this is the expected graph for both of them. It's just a combination of both, and it shows that soft cloth will add more bacteria, but disinfectant wipes won't add bacteria, and it won't matter very much how many times we swab.
So these are all the materials laid out and ready to use. These are some of the computers. This is the compressed air. This is the wipes. These are some of the plates. This is the soft damp cloth, and this is the Q-tips. So those are all of them ready to go.
This is our combined research report. Basically, we all did individual research, but we just combined them. Our first paragraph is our introduction, which is what we're doing, and we're testing the best method of cleaning a computer keyboard. Our second paragraph is the websites we use to get background knowledge on our topic. And our last paragraph is our conclusion, which is what we learned.
So this is all of us setting up for the experiment. We're heating up the agar and just getting ready to inoculate some plates.
This is our bibliography, basically all the websites we used and the author information, what was on the website, and any comments that we had.
So this is, we're labeling a plate and making sure that they're all properly labeled. So these are the materials. We used petri dishes or plates to do our experiment in. We used agar to test on. We used hot plates to heat up the agar. We used cleaning spray to clean the table before doing our experiment, so none of the bacteria that was on the table would get onto the plates. We used parafilm to seal the plates after we inoculated them because that's really important so that the bacteria doesn't leak out. And then we had 5 computers to test on. We had a soft, and then our methods of cleaning were the soft lint-free cloth, the Q-tips, the compressed air blower, the disinfectant wipes, and the control, but that's not there because you don't need anything special. Then we have the incubator to speed up the growth of the bacteria colonies, and the camera to take pictures of the experiment results. And this is one of us inoculating a plate. So this is a procedure, and basically it is everything that we did in order, and it should be detailed enough that if you wanted to redo the experiment, with just having the procedure and the materials, you should be able to do it without any extra explanation. So that's it. This is Cinthia testing a computer. She's swabbing it with a Q-tip.
This is the data table. It basically shows that we used 20 trials, how many times we cleaned the spacebar, and the number of colonies, and at the bottom it shows the averages for each.
So this is a compressed air graph. As you see, it's a pretty good method of cleaning. It never goes above about 11 colonies, and it has a little as 0 colonies. The number doesn't change if you swab the computer keyboard 5 times or 75 times. So that doesn't really matter for compressed air. And the trend is that it never goes above about an 11, and there is some correlation, but not a ton. So this is a soft cloth graph. There is not very much correlation. There's a ton of outliers, as you see all around here, and if you had to draw a best fit line, it'd be pretty hard, but if you drew it, it'd sort of go up. There'd be a lot of outliers, but it would go up. So in this case, the amount of swabbing does matter. This is the disinfectant wipes graph. As you see, there is some correlation, but not a ton. The trend is that it never really goes above 16, and it stays pretty close to 0. Even though the first graph, which is compressed air, had it never went above 11, and this one never goes above 16. There are even more pieces of data that stay closer to 0, so this is a better method of cleaning. We found that out in the averages.
This is our graph for the Q-tips. As you can see, the more times that you swab the computer, the more bacteria grows on. And y-axis is number of colonies and x is the amount of swabs. This is our control graph, which was basically we just swabbed the computer and didn't clean it at all. And as you can see, there's many outliers. And
this is the graph for the averages. It shows that they both have pretty low colonies, and they're all about the same except for nothing, and soft cloth, which is pretty high. Disinfectant wipes is only a tiny bit better than compressed air, which was the second best by about 0.05 colonies on the averages.
Okay, so this is us parafilming a plate after it had been inoculated. These are 3 out of 20 of the plates, and we took a picture of them to sort of show what they look like. And these are all the plates in the incubator. So only a few of them are ours, but we thought this was a really good image.
And this was our bacteria experiment.
Thank you.
Option P.